Hello, people of grace. Our pastoral connect today is called Vanity. As we begin to ramp up for our sermon series on Ecclesiastes, starting a week from this Sunday, I have a question for you. Is it vanity to chase likes? Or maybe on a deeper level, to explore where are we putting our hope? I have several things I want to challenge you with today. But hope is a feel-good state of being, one that we typically experience on an emotional level. But we have to ask ourselves, how far am I willing to go to chase that feeling good? And is it even appropriate based on what life tells me for me to chase hope in those situations? As we explore this, I want to look at a few different New Testament verses, but then ultimately tie them back to Ecclesiastes. The first one is in Ephesians 4:17, where we are challenged as followers of Christ not to walk as people who don't know the way walk in the futility of their minds. Futility there kind of means emptiness. And my challenge there would be that we interpret life well. It's not really life itself that wrecks us, it's how we interpret life. And there are some hard truths that we have to really accept to interpret life. So as we are challenged not to walk in an emptiness of mind or an emptiness of discernment or a futility of mindset, there's something we have to beware. We have to beware empty words. Or today what we could call the empty words of the talking heads. You see talking heads everywhere. You see it in the sports world, in the political world, in the social media world. With everybody just dying to be the influencer. Again, what are you chasing for your likes? Peter tells us in 2 Peter 2:18 that people will be speaking loud boast, but of what some translations call folly or emptiness. People like to make their voices heard, but is there any real substance or value or meaning to what is being said? We're very vulnerable to just what we listen to all the time. So interpret life well, beware empty words, and then be willing to wrestle with hard things. Here's where we come back to Ecclesiastes, because Solomon kicks off Ecclesiastes with this statement: "Vanity of vanities," says the preacher. "Vanity of vanities. Everything is vanity." Well, Solomon's talked about vanity or emptiness. This is what Paul says in Ephesians 14 was the futility of their minds. This is what Peter says is folly, loud boast of folly. This idea of vanity of vanities means meaningless, foolish, empty, futile. That is one of those hard truths to wrestle with, is so much of what goes on is futility. And we need to be willing to wrestle with that so that we are seeing reality as it is. Scott Peck once said that mental health, I would extend that to spiritual, emotional, mental health, is the willingness to accept reality at all costs. Because though Ecclesiastes is never directly quoted in the New Testament, passages like Ephesians 4:17, 2 Peter 2:18, and especially this one, Romans chapter 8, verse 20, are almost certainly referring to Solomon's words. And Romans 8:20 says, "The entire creation was subjected to futility." That's part of learning to accept the terms of the deal as we wrestle with hard things. Because Romans 8:20 doesn't end with the creation being subjected to futility. It ends with subjected in hope. Perhaps the opposite of vanity or emptiness or futility is meaning. But the best way to communicate meaning in one word in our Bible is this idea of the word, the logos. So what Solomon is observing before he really could see it clearly, because he was 900 years before Christ, was that this world crucifies meaning, quite literally. So, does your meaning for life, the things you chase for likes, where you put your hope, does your meaning have the resurrected power of an indestructible life? In short, do you believe in Jesus? And is he the only person you need to go to for your likes? Because Jesus is the encouraging thought. Vanity, what are you going to do for likes? Vanity, where is your hope? Have a blessed day.